Welcome back to BLOCKTV. I'm Ron Friedman, and this is CryptoCraze, where we go to our partners in India, AMB Crypto, to see what's making headlines in their neck of the wood and what's making headlines across the world this week when it comes to crypto and blockchain news. To do that, we're joined from Bangalore by AMB Crypto's Akash Anand. Hi, Akash.
Hi, Ron. Great to be back.
Great to have you with us. Let's get right into it. I mean, obviously the story of the week, Bitcoin's bounce. What's the headline?
I mean, it's been 2 weeks since Bitcoin broke the 5,000 barrier, and the after effects are still being felt. So just 2 days back, we found out that Bitcoin's broken the all-time record for maximum number of transactions. So it's crossed the 400 million mark, which is a huge deal.
Absolutely.
Especially when everyone said that it's crypto winter and Bitcoin's dying and the crypto market is finished. But I think this just proves the naysayers wrong. So to be exact, Bitcoin reached 400,420,017 transactions. Now, during the same time frame, the daily transactions also hit a very healthy number of about 380,000 per day. Now, this is not the all-time record for daily transactions, but the all-time record was around 401,000 of this year, which was hit on April 2nd. Now, let's not nitpick. I think at least that's my personal opinion, and which is shared by a lot of people in the space also. But I think this 400 million breach is a very good sign that the crypto market is still healthy, and that there are still, there is a cause for all of us to push towards mainstream adoption, right, so that Bitcoin can become digital.
So when we're talking about the fundamentals, whatever the cause is for that spike, what was it, almost 10 days ago now?
Yeah.
The fundamentals are solid. We're seeing that in metrics like transactions. Blue skies ahead. All right, let's move on. It's a double header, XRapid and it's XRapid and Bitstamp, right? Double header headline there.
Exactly. So XRP and XRapid is something that does not leave the crypto news anytime or anywhere. So the latest news is that Bitstamp, which is actually popular because one of the few exchanges that actually supports the Ripple network and XRapid's entire payment system. So just recently, it was revealed that Bitstamp got the BIT license from the New York Department of Financial Services, which is a huge, huge deal because New York is considered as one of the super hubs in the virtual currency space, and something like Bitstamp getting a license, getting a BIT license from an actual institution is actually a major boost for the crypto space. So I think a lot of people, not just XRP and XRapid fans, but the entire fans of the cryptocurrency community can actually look at this and say that, all right, so there are good signs. Institutions are coming in. They're slowly cozying up to crypto. So the brilliant sign, and I hope that it's not just New York. We'll see other cities and other mainstream institutions adopting such payment systems. And obviously, it's a big boost for XRP and XRapid.
Sure. Excellent. Looking at some of the other top coins, top organizations, are we seeing a warming of ties between Tron and Ethereum?
I guess so. I mean, just to give everyone, the viewers who are not really who just entered this space and need a brief context,
right.
Ethereum's Buterin and Tron's Justin Sun have been at war since forever. Like if you look at the crypto space and if you look at both their Twitter handles, they've always been on to each other. They've been attacking each other, sledging each other's networks. But over the past couple of weeks, we've sort of changed, a sentiment change where Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin saying that, all right, the same person who said that he'll lose hope in humanity if Tron overtook Ethereum is now saying things like maybe Tron can do better things, right, which will actually help the crypto space. And Justin Sun, ever the most active person on social media, has gone ahead and said that in 2019 itself, there might be collaborations between Ethereum and Tron. So the reason why he said this is because he cited Tron using the Loom network, which is actually a layer 2 solution made on the Ethereum network. So maybe these are just the breadcrumbs that will lead to the final reveal that Tron and Ethereum might work together. So again, like both of them have actually said out in public, this competition has generated good things for the industry. So I guess we'll just...
I'm curious to hear your take on, generally when it comes to business regulation, we tend to think some competition is healthy.
All right.
And
obviously,
so if this cooperation I mean, does it help the organizations, or is it going to help the general public, or both? Is it a win-win across the board? What's your take?
Like Ron, like you just mentioned, healthy competition is always good.
Right.
Slandering, on the other hand, is never accepted or is never encouraged. So if just like Sun and Vitalik actually said that, okay, maybe this collaboration will lead to better products, which will in turn help the community as well as users. And I'm one of the users. And if it helps me, I'm always glad.
Right.
Let them up to each other. Let it be Tron Ethereum. Like, I'm not speculating anything. Just hoping for a crypto space where nobody actually fights but rather works together to, but again, keeping the healthy competition in mind and making sure the products just get better and better.
Right. So it looks like they're putting the avocados down, sending out a branch of olive leaves, and we'll see where it takes us.
I don't think we send anyone dressed as an avocado to any conference anytime soon. That's it.
Thankfully for that. All right, next up, a bit of FUD out of China over a possible mining ban. What's your take on this one? I mean, if this goes ahead, it could have some severe impact.
Exactly. So before China, I think we need to talk about Asia. So Asia has not been one of the most areas which is very friendly towards cryptocurrencies, albeit there are countries like Singapore and other such smaller countries,
right,
obviously, who are actually taking giant leaps and bounds in the crypto industry. But China, the red dragon of the world community, has actually banned ICOs last year, but till now, holding such digital assets was never a crime. And now the latest hit for the crypto industry from China is that mining will be banned. So they proposed a bill in the government that hasn't been ratified as of yet, but it's still hit the stocks a bit. It has caused sentiments to plummet. So what the department in China has actually called cryptocurrency mining a hazardous industry because of the amount of rampant corruption, as well as the sheer amount of power generated and the pollution. So they've actually used an environmental perspective in saying that, yes, crypto mining is not really a good thing, but it should be banned. It's a wasteful industry, quote unquote. So it hasn't been fully thrown out yet, but maybe there is a silver lining somewhere where China will actually reconsider this. I guess we just have to.
When it comes to legislation process in China, and if it's been floated like this, chances are that we are going to see it. And how does it usually work there? And then I'm going to kind of follow up question to that. So we saw this announcement.
Exactly, because China, in the Xi Jinping era, when China said they'll do something, they usually tend to do it. So it's a 90-10%.
All right. So, but let's say, considering that we take them on face value, you'd expect to see a bigger reaction. You'd expect to see some kind of reaction in the markets. I don't think we have.
Actually, that's a good point. But I think earlier, when United States, the communities within the US actually feared China. But ever since the start of 2019 and ever since the start of this particular bull run, the US and the communities within the US have actually grown in confidence, saying that we don't need the Eastern market. The Western market itself will influence. So I think that sentiment shift has actually caused many people to say, okay, right, China is banning, they banned other things. It hasn't changed a lot for the crypto community as a whole. Maybe that's a sentiment, but again, you and I are just speculating here.
Interesting point. I mean, look, China is a huge center for mining, and then I remember we were talking maybe a few weeks ago. There was when the price of Bitcoin went back up, suddenly mining became profitable again, and there was talk. All right, spring is coming. There's going to be cheap energy, and the Chinese miners are going to go to town. Now this coming through the pipeline. Interesting to follow up and see where this goes. And then we have another last one for today. Headline, Grayscale investment, large cap fund chides XRP in favor of bullish Litecoin. So Grayscale playing favorites now?
So I don't think Grayscale is playing favorites, but I think they're playing favorites towards the crypto market, especially if you look at coin market cap statistics, that is. So this cryptocurrency management firm has actually stated, they've actually calculated all the assets that have been floating, going up and down on the market, and they found out that Litecoins actually received a massive boom, whereas XRP which was touted to be the next big altcoin and which is supposed to thrash Ethereum, has not actually moved much. It's actually seen a decline.
Yeah.
So the company which actually allocates this digital large cap funds is now moving into giving more priority towards Litecoin, because a lot of people, and if you've noticed, like we've seen Litecoin prices shoot up, we've seen market volume shoot up, but XRP has been one of the worst performers in this current bull run. So I think that's seen in this shift by Grayscale. And they've also said that the capital change will occur from April to June of this year. So I think we can have a solid proof as to what the favorite spot is once June finishes. And again, maybe the crypto market will go through another change. Maybe that will in turn cause Grayscale to reconsider their opinions. Again, it's a very volatile market. Yeah. The volatile, again, we need to watch.
Akash Anand from AMB Crypto in Bangalore, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
All right, and we'll talk again soon. Those of you at home, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. In the meantime, check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're there, we're listening, we're watching, we're responding. We'll be right back.